Hello everybody, welcome back. This is your friend Trickman01, and as you can see today, we're doing Space Engine. Now Space Engine is, I guess it's a game by classification, but it's actually more, it's not a game where you have any real objectives or anything. It's just an awesome little thing where you can kind of explore the universe. So as you can see right now we're on Earth, but what we actually want to do is jump to Mercury here in just a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain some stuff before we get started, but I do want to share some information about Mercury. Now, the reason I'm doing this series is because I've been watching kurtjmac, and it seems like a lot of fun. He's a very informative, very intelligent YouTuber who likes to share science and stuff, and I want to try to do that because I'm trying to become a better communicator in my day-to-day life and a better teacher able to communicate information efficiently. So I think that'll help with that. So, without further ado, we want to go ahead and go to Mercury. So here is Mercury. We will go to Mercury. Hi. Now, before we get into the news about Mercury, let's go ahead and share some fun facts. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. Everyone knows this. It's also, since Pluto got Pluto, the smallest planet in the solar system. Its orbital period is about 88 Earth days, so that means it's orbiting the Sun once every 88 Earth days, just less than 88 actually. And its rotation period is actually 58 Earth days. But if you were actually standing like somewhere on the surface of Mercury, it would seem like only one Mercury day passes for every 2 Mercury years. And the reason for that is because its rotation is so slow and its orbit is so fast, it's kind of pointing at the Sun. It's not tidally locked with the Sun like, say, the Earth and the Moon, or the Moon is tidally locked to Earth, but it's not too far away from it. So its gravity is about 1/3 of Earth, as you can see here, just slightly more than 1/3. And its temperature is extremely hot, 407 Kelvin, but in the parts of Mercury that are permanently shaded, such as in some of these craters that you see, they're actually some of the coldest spots in the solar system, even though it is so close to the Sun. Now, what we have recently discovered about Mercury, scientists have recently released that Mercury is actually shrinking quite rapidly in the scale of the universe. It's actually, since its crust has cooled, it's shrunk about 4.5 miles from its radius has shrunk right around 4.5 miles, which means it's shrunk almost 9 miles, or just over 9 miles, one of those, in diameter, which is really, really fascinating. So, Mercury is kind of interesting in that it only has one tectonic plate, and so what's happening is it's shrinking as its iron molten core is starting to cool, which every planet's core that's already been formed is starting to cool. But what's interesting about the one tectonic plate for Mercury is that as it shrinks, it does this scarring. So scientists sent a probe that passed by Mercury somewhere in the 70s that was able to map part of the surface, and they noticed these ridges, or these scarps as they call them, and that led them to guess, I guess, to analyze and have a educated guess that Mercury is shrinking. And as recently as 2011, I believe, we have another probe in orbit, and what that's showing is it's mapped the remainder of Mercury, or much more of it anyways, and they've seen more of these, and that led them to conclude that yes, in fact, Mercury is shrinking. And now what that means is that there's a bunch of scarring on the surface, like I just said, and that has basically, as the core of the planet cools, it causes Mercury to shrink, and like I said, quite rapidly in the scale of the universe. Now, Earth has 7 tectonic plates, so of course Earth is cooling as well, probably not quite as rapidly at this point as Mercury, but the Earth is cooling, but it will not be affected the same way as Mercury because the tectonic plates will shift around each other as they have since the Earth was formed, and will definitely impact the cooling of the Earth will definitely impact the planet much different than the cooling of Mercury impacts that planet. So I thought that was very, very interesting. Um, I hope you guys did too as well. I will link a video or a description to one of the news articles about it in the video description. But I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these, hopefully. And this is your friend TrickMan01. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye now.